I'm here at Divertimenti with Shivi Ramoutar, and you are the author of the gorgeous Caribbean Modern, or should I say Caribbean?
Well, you know what? Either way, it's allowable in the Caribbean itself. Some people say Caribbean, some people say Caribbean. I used to have a big thing with people who said Caribbean, but apparently either way is fine. I've let it go, yeah.
See, this is a great book, but the thing that I was learning when I was reading it is all the different influences that come into this food. It's quite amazing. It's quite a global cuisine.
Absolutely. I mean, it was the first multicultural society, and I think that's very much reflected in the food. We've had the whole of Europe pretty much come across and sweep into the Caribbean and bring their different regional specialities. We've had West Africa, which has been a massive influence in our food, and they also brought plantain, cassava, all those things that you kind of deem Caribbean.
And it's interesting because you're from Trinidad, but you've brought in recipes from all over the area, haven't you? From
Yes.
lots of different islands and places.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of the recipes across the Caribbean islands are quite similar, but each island goes and takes their own and makes it a slightly bit different, just to differentiate itself, you know, in a very island politics way. Ours is different to yours. And
So if you're going to describe to somebody who had not eaten this kind of food before, is there a way that you could kind of encapsulate what it's all about?
it's very much a mongrel of a cuisine, but in a beautiful way. In a good way. It's about bold flavors and combining things that are perhaps initially unusual into really pleasant results. And it's very much, as I say, bold is definitely the word, bold and quite fueled and exciting.
Now, when I was going through the book, I came to a large chunk at the end, which was all puddings and desserts, and I was like, that's my girl. So you've got a bit of a sweet tooth.
I have a major sweet tooth. Now, traditionally, I don't think in the Caribbean we have a lot of puddings and desserts. You know, a lot of things we'd have, a lot of tray bakes and cakes, but because this book is combining a lot of Caribbean with my upbringing in the UK and that sort of modern approach to eating, I could not have sweet things in there.
It sounds fantastic. And a special dish you'd have, I mean, maybe your last meal, not that we want to kind of rush that along, but anything in particular that you want to see on the table?
Curry duck and bus-up shirt. And that is traditionally something you have down by the river. It's when you're having a lime. And a lime is really casual, spontaneous chilling out with food, with a bit of beer or rum punch. And you know, the curry duck is very traditional to be at the river, and people just bring an oil drum together and they just cook really spontaneously.
It sounds perfect. Ideal. Thank you so much, Shivi. Lovely to have you here.
You're welcome.